Hello, my beautiful people. I'm coming to you from my new home here in Dallas, Texas. I'm actually here. So by now you guys have seen the road trip and all the things that it took for us to get here. It was a mission and a half, and like I didn't want to put just a whole bunch of film of the road, but that's what it felt like. So funny, my father-in-law, he was like, I never thought I would experience eternity here on earth, but it literally felt like eternity. Like we would never get there. Originally the ride said it was gonna be 18 hours 55 minutes, and then it said 20 hours, and then I think it ended up being 26 hours based on the footage that I went back to. I thought it was 24, but it was actually 26. So every time we felt like we were progressing, then we wouldn't be getting anywhere. And we ended up getting here at like, it took us 2 days because we rested one day in Alabama, and we got here at 7:30 a.m. when we're supposed to get here at 2. So you already know those shifts to drive were so difficult, but glory to God, we made it and we unpacked everything. And for us, I feel like we couldn't really process the change, the move and everything, because we came with family. They stayed here for a day, they left, and then more friends came the following day and they stayed here for 4 days. And then we just jumped straight into work. So I feel like on this week, Monday, on the 3rd, when we both started work, that's when we started to really process the absence of family and like start to try to figure out our new routine. I made my first home cooked meal here, and I keep joking around and I'm like, until I cooked my first meal, it didn't feel like home. Because you know, when the seasoning starts seeping into the walls from my Hispanics out there and into the clothes, that's when it starts feeling like home. Like you have a scent, you know. At first I felt like so strange because I guess it's the weather. That's what threw me off, you know. Like I knew it got cold in Texas, but I didn't think it was gonna be this cold. So every day in the morning when I go to work, it's in the 20s. So I'm over here having to put layers on, which I just did some shopping yesterday because I did not have enough undergarments because Florida is just super hot. So what we have, you know, because of my style, I wear a lot of crew necks, hoodies, so that's good. But I didn't have like, you know, the long johns, like the thermals to wear under. I didn't have any of that. I was just wearing like different leggings. Thank God I had that. But I needed to get more long sleeve shirts. And also the dress code here for my job is a little different. So I just did some shopping yesterday, and we're getting the hang of things, you know. I know that it's gonna take some time for us to find our community. I just recently publicly said it. Yes, we are going to be attending Upper Room here in Dallas, Texas. That's where we felt called from the beginning. We kept the suspense for so long, and for no reason, really. It wasn't a secret. It was just funny. Like I just didn't want to say it, but it's no longer a secret. And thank God we do have friends here already that we've met, like the couple of trips that we took before. But I know that we're gonna go meeting new people, and I'm just so excited for what that's gonna look like. I know that there's a lot of young married couples that we're probably gonna connect with, and I love that because in our age group it's kind of hard. Like every time I say husband, people are like, you look so young, you know. So it's really rare for me to have. I probably have like 2 married couples that I was already connecting with when I was living in Florida. So now to meet more young couples, like I'm really excited about that because we can pour into each other's marriages. Like it's a whole other stage in your life, you know, versus being single or dating in your 20s. So I'm excited for that. And yeah, like we already been attending the prayer room a couple of times, and it's just a whole other life, guys. Don't think that, oh, because, you know, this church is like known now, whatever, that it's still not a sacrifice to go, you know. Like we're getting out of work tired, cooking, doing all this thing. It's cold outside. You naturally want to lean towards your comfort and just stay home. But we're really pushing ourselves because the reason that God called us out here is to go on like a spiritual hiatus, you know what I mean? Like to really seek the face of the Lord without distractions, without anything. Like we don't even know what it's gonna look like, but I know that that's gonna continue to require sacrifice from us, just like we have been all these years. So what that looks like in this season is you're not chilling at home as much, because I'm a huge homebody, but it's like going to the prayer room and actually putting my phone aside and getting into my Bible, you know. Obviously that's aside from my own intimacy with the Lord, but just like forcing myself to be there. Believe it or not, it just takes a lot of discipline to build a relationship with God. I love one of the speakers at Upper Room. His name is Corey Russell. He said something in the conference that we attended in the 4 days that our friends were here. They had an end of the year conference, and he was saying, push past the boredom. And I know that no one really says it out loud, but we all cap out at a point. Like we check out, like we're like, we see God intimately, we go to prayer, whatever, and then we're just like, all right, you know, whatever that looks like. If it's 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever, you're like, all right, I did my time, you know. But once you push past that, like no, stay a little longer, I still have more to show you. Whoa, that got to me. That's when you're gonna get to see new sides of his face. You're gonna get to experience encounters with the presence of God that you never had before. And that is what I'm longing for, what I'm so hungry for. So pushing past my comfortability, pushing past my exhaustion, pushing past my own limitations, I want God to expand my capacity. Sorry if there's a little bit of a frame change because my memory ran out. But anyways, let me get a sip of coffee. Look at my huge cup of coffee. I love this mug. So I just wanted to catch you guys up on what's been happening. And a lot of people keep asking us, you know, like, how do you feel? It's only really been a week, so I can't really say much. Obviously, we're feeling the absence of our family. Like, we're a tight-knit family, so we miss them incredibly. We're FaceTiming all the time, and we know that we're gonna be visiting soon. So that's that. And then as far as Texas, I mean, we really love the balance between suburbs and city. So where we live is actually the perfect location because we're like 15 minutes away from everything. And 15 minutes might be a lot to you. I don't know where you're watching from, but it's really normal, convenient. Coming from Florida, you know, like literally everything is like a circle. Like every time we put the GPS towards something that we want to go to, it says 15 minutes, and it just seems so cool because obviously we try to do our research and get informed on where to move, but we didn't know exactly, so we kind of were winging it, and God just watched out for us so much because we're in the perfect area. We also, like, my husband wanted to experience the city life, but we're just so grateful that we chose more of the suburbs, family, residential area because it's so quiet. And like, if we want to experience city, we just go there. It's like 10-15 minutes away. So, you know, we've been going to coffee shops and restaurants and the whole shebang, like when you move to a new place and you're trying to explore. So that's been cool. Stay tuned for a lot of new walls for, you know, when we take pictures and reels. Like, we're trying to discover like our little spots. And I'm also going for a more gloomy black and white gray vibe on my Instagram feed because of the weather. And also I'm kind of digging it. Like yesterday it was rainy and like not humid. Still, you know, when it's like overcast and the sun is still like, it's really bright out but it's gray. I don't know, it just, the pictures came out so fire. It's just like a whole different vibe versus like the sunny warm tones that I'm used to, and I really like it. I really like it. As far as our apartment right now, the only thing that we brought with us was our couch and our bed and an extra mattress, but I want to revamp my room, so like all of our bed frame and and drawers and all that, I put in the guest room. So the guest room is like fully furnished and looks beautiful. When our friends stayed here, they were like, this looks like an Airbnb, and I had just moved in 2 days prior, you know. I bought some home decor from Home Goods to decorate the nightstands and stuff like that, so it looked really cute. But my mattress right now is on the floor. We have the bedding and everything, but we don't have the bed frame yet, and whatever, like, I'm not in a rush. What I first want to furnish is definitely our living room, because this is the vibe. Like, this is where people are going to be chilling, and then we already have the guest room covered, so I want to get rugs, like the area rugs, the coffee table, the TV stand, and all that good stuff. And then we're probably gonna do our bedroom, and then we'll do the dining, because actually my husband and I have always ate dinner on the coffee table, like sitting down and watching TV. So that's why we're kind of not in a rush for a dining table. We sold ours in Florida because it got stained, and I just didn't want to bring it, and thank God I didn't, because it would have matched too close to the floors, and I kind of like a contrast. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And yeah, like, it's just a whole bunch of new. I don't want you guys to think that like I'm completely comfortable. Everyone gets uncomfortable with change. I've always been open to change, and I know it's necessary for us to grow, but it's still so scary. Like I was telling my husband, we got unexpected great news this week as far as my career, other great news. And he was just like, man, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, wow, like I couldn't be here without you, because truly I've always been a really fearful person, even though I don't show it on the outside, and I don't let it dominate me, because I know that perfect love drives out fear. So I don't like take ownership of that at all. But I'm being completely honest with you guys, and I do feel it, you know. So being in a new state, starting a new job, these new roads, driving was terrifying to me. And my first day for the job, I actually had to go downtown first for a hiring appointment and all that stuff to get registered. So I was so terrified. Like, I was on the verge of tears, but my husband didn't even know. Like, deep in my heart, I wish he could have taken me, and like somebody could have came with me, like a comfort, you know. But like a big girl, I had to figure it out on my own and go, and everything was fine. And from there, I actually went to my job site, so everything worked out fine. But it's still really scary. Changes are scary, even though there's a lot of good things and exciting things, and everyone's like, that's the church you're gonna be attending, and oh my God, and the friends and the thing. It's still scary, you know. So we're fully depending on the Lord, trusting in him, and seeing what it is that he has in store for us. Because truly, we came here in blind faith, guys. Like, I actually really wanted, prior to even the move, prior to the road trip, really wanted to sit down and like tell you guys like the truth behind how we really felt in this season. Because I feel like, you know, the video that we said, oh, secrets out, I feel like we shared a lot of information, but it was still superficial, because there's just so much depth to it that I'm like, that video was like, what, like almost, I think it was like almost 40 minutes. So imagine if I would have dove in to like how we really felt and the things that we had to process and the trials that we had to go through. That would have been a whole other thing, which I'm so happy that we had the opportunity to do a Q&A in our last youth service and like kind of share more about that. So I really wish that I would have had the opportunity to do that on YouTube. But as you guys can see by my road trip vlog, my family is very loud. So my parents' house is beautiful. The lighting is amazing. It would have been amazing to film there. But there's just always people there 24/7. Someone is being loud, someone's cooking in the kitchen. So I just felt like I couldn't film at all while I was over there. But little by little, I'll share with you guys more on that. There's just a lot of depth to it. There's a lot that had to be processed in order for us to get here. And it was just truly us walking in blind faith. Like, practicing hearing the voice of God and truly with everything in our hearts wanting to be fully obedient. Because my pastor taught about this a long time ago, but there's the permissive will of God and then there's the perfect will of God. So always over my life, I always told the Lord, I'm like, I want your perfect will over my life. I want the fullness of what you have in store. Because we were just chatting with a friend and we're like, don't you ever think about what your life would have looked like if you wouldn't have said yes, if you wouldn't have stepped out? And I'm like, I think that it still would have been good, but it wouldn't have been great. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have been exactly what he wanted for us, the fullness, you know, because we're faithful to him and he's merciful and we're not always going to get it right. So let's say if you do miss it and you're not obedient or whatever, I feel like things will still go good, but it wouldn't be the perfect will that he has for you, if that makes sense, you know? So in all of this, we never even knew what it was going to look like on the other side. But we were just like, we're trusting that whatever you have for us is because it's something better, something greater, something's gonna come of it. Whether it's just molding of our character, testing of our faith, increasing in glory and encounters, whatever it looks like, then we're here for it, you know? So I couldn't even tell you what exactly like we're expecting, because it's just like, we know it's just the more of God. Literally, whatever draws us closer to him and whatever that looks like, that's what's gonna unfold, and you guys are gonna be able to witness it. So I don't want to make this video any more chatty than it already is. I hope that answered a lot of questions, and I'm just so grateful for everyone that's been following along. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you like this kind of content. I don't know what you guys prefer. Do you guys prefer vlogs, sit down videos, or a little bit mixture of both, how I've been doing? Is there any specific topics that you'd like me to hit on or questions that you'd like me to answer? Comment down below and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.